Hello everyone, my name is Avni Sharma. I'm the Vice President of E-Cell of Janki Devi Memorial College, University of Delhi. With us today we have Sir Rahul Lakmani. Good afternoon, sir. How are you feeling today?
I'm good, thanks.
So, Rahul Lakmani is a true public speaker. He's also an entrepreneur, educationist, mentor, and an activist. He is an alumni of IIT Bombay and he has founded Skyfi, which is basically a company that provides solutions for AI and blockchain. Sir, could you please brief us more about Skyfi first of all?
Yeah, I started Skyfi when I was a student at IIT Bombay. At that time, we started Skyfi with a simple mission to impart training and skills to students. And we started with conducting workshops and training sessions on Android app, embedded system, and robotics. And then later on, we moved to software development thing. And then after moving to technology, we have worked in like all kind of technologies.
Right, that's a great journey. So, can you summarize your startup in like one sentence?
Yeah, it is basically providing technologies to the person to solve the problems which currently are not incorporating technologies. Basically, it is like solve the problems with the help of new technologies.
Right. So you're making people more tech savvy through this, right?
Not people more tech savvy, but the solutions more tech savvy.
All right. So we all know that there are a lot of myths about entrepreneurship. So can you tell us one myth according to you about entrepreneurship?
Yeah, it's not at all about funding only. It's much more than that. So people are thinking that if you are getting funding,
Right.
then the startup will be good.
Yeah.
But the main thing about the startup is like how your customers are feeling.
Right.
Yeah, customer is the key.
All right. And also how those funds you are allocating those funds. It's not just about raising funds. It's also about how you are actually
Correct.
allocating.
Correct.
Right. So what is that one piece of advice that you would want to give to the budding entrepreneurs or to the students?
Be more self-aware. What I am seeing right now, people are having craze for startups, just like just a trend. People are following that. Each and everyone should be thinking about startup. But again, each and every one of us, uh, we are different. So we are having different aspirations. We are having different goals, different life settings. Each and everything, whatever we are having in our lives, are different. So what we should be doing, instead of thinking about that, all of us should be thinking about startup. Instead of that, we should be thinking about ourselves, that we should be more self-aware. We should be knowing about our trigger points. We should be knowing about our strengths. We should be knowing about our weaknesses, our targets. And then only, if it is like alignment is there, then only you should be thinking about doing a startup.
Rightly said, sir. So, what is your biggest win till now? You have done a lot of things, but what would just say that this is my biggest win?
It is again, I became financially free at a very early age. So that was the biggest win what I can take. And apart from that, that I am having people with me.
Right.
So the freedom that I am having, because of which like I don't have to follow anyone, I don't have to follow anyone's order. I can do whatever I like, and as well as say I I am bit extrovert, so I like people, and like I am having my people with me most of the time. So
Right.
that's my main achievement: freedom and people.
Right. So, being independent in all the aspects, but
Correct.
still having the right people with
Correct.
you. Right, sir. So, what is that one thing that you think that college did not teach you?
See, college, if you're talking about curriculum and
Right.
education,
Yeah.
most of the things that curriculum and education are teaching you are like not going to help you in real world. But college is much more than the curriculum and education that you are seeing. College is like, it is our first exposure to the diverse set of people. So when you are in the school, you are having many kids with you, but most of those kids or children are like people of those areas nearby you, or like somewhat like you. Most of you are having different. Most of you are having same culture, but when you are entering into college, you are having people from all sort of areas, all sort of culture, all sort of aspirations, different people. And when you are being with people, you are going to learn real things. Because
Exactly.
eventually, if you are going for a startup or if you are going for a job, eventually you need to solve problems of people. And problems of people you can only solve if you are knowing people. And you can know people only when you are having sufficient exposure to different type of people. So that college atmosphere is actually giving us that first exposure to be with people, understand them, and not only conscious, not only at the conscious level, but at the subconscious level also, which we cannot measure. We means right now we are talking, but we cannot tell you, I cannot tell you right now that what am I learning from you, but my subconscious mind is constantly learning from you, from them, each and everyone who is around you. So that's the exposure that college life is giving us. Education is one thing which sometimes you can say, right now we are talking about Gen Z students, they are like having lots and lots of knowledge in their at their fingertips. So that's why sometimes you can think that okay, college is something which is not going to give you that much knowledge. But again, what college is teaching you is like how to follow rules, which is sometimes very necessary in your life also. Either you are going for a startup or I live in jungles. We need to follow rules. So if we are coming into college, we are living different set of people, we are solving problems simultaneously each and every day, we are following few rules. It will give us a greater clarity of life, as well as greater control over things that we can control, and also about the clarity that there are other things that we cannot control.
Yeah, that was a very deep and great answer. So, but you also think that it also depends upon the individual how he or she, faces that exposure and like faces those opportunities. It also depends upon that, right?
Obviously,
Yeah.
if you know about that, there are two subjects which you are seeing in most of the graduation and as well as in MBA also. Like one is economics,
Yeah.
where you are seeing the first principle is that each and every one of us is actually thinking about our own benefit. I'm thinking about my own benefit. Each and every time you are thinking about your own benefit. That is first principle of economics. And the first principle of OB is like each and every one of us is different. Each and every one. Fine. So same thing we can apply here also. Like since all of us are different, we are going to react differently on the same thing.
Yeah.
Fine. So for example, if there's a sunlight, you might not be liking the sunlight, but I might be liking the sunlight. The same thing. Whatever exposure we are getting, whatever circumstances we are getting, we are going to react differently in that. And that's the beauty of learning, as well as the beauty of being different.
Absolutely right. Everybody has a different interpretation of
That's
things.
why I tell people don't lose your individuality. That's the most important thing. We don't need some thousand successful people. We need thousand people who are different or who are what they are. We should be accepting people for who they are.
Right. Because there's always something to learn from somebody.
Correct.
Yeah. So now I would like to ask you. So we got to know that you have been a dropout from a lot of colleges. So how did that happen, and what's the story behind it?
See, like, story like it is something like that. When you are free from here,
Yeah.
you are not going to accept things which are not going to align with you perfectly. So if I'm joining some college, first I'm expecting something, and if that thing is not there, then you are going to continue if you are in you are not having any other option,
Yeah.
or if you are counting the sunk cost.
Right.
Fine. That what have you
Yeah,
invested?
what has gone.
Yeah, fine. So luckily, like I've qualified CAT many times, or I've qualified GATE from different engineering disciplines as well as psychology, economics, stats, philosophy. So each and every year I write CAT and GATE just for a fun purpose, and also to learn different perspectives. So this also enables me to like, this is giving me the opportunity to join most of the good colleges in India at any time. So while doing my BTech, MTech and PhD, I joined few colleges, and then if I was not finding them good as per my expectation, I have left them, and then I have joined something else. So I have got 2 degrees, BTech and MTech. PhD I left from, recently around 2 years back I left PhD from IIM Calcutta. Before that I left PhD from some university from abroad. So the thing is, people are thinking that being dropout is cool. No, I don't promote being dropout. See, I have completed my education till MTech.
Right,
So
exactly.
that is something I have done the bare minimum thing.
Right.
After that, I'm completing my PhD or not. I'm going there for 4 months or 6 months. That is up to me. So for other people, I'm dropped out. So that's why I use dropout, because whenever I'm telling my story, what I okay, so you are dropped out. The thing is, I joined IIM Calcutta for 2 reasons. PhD, fine. 2 reasons were like from I'm a wildlife photographer also. So from July to October, most of the jungles are closed. and I like to do wildlife photography. So I chosen IIM Calcutta because they are having monitor lizards and snakes.
Oh.
So I have done my wildlife photography for 4 months. They have given me a free house, so I was there. In 4 months, I've enjoyed the nature. And then, since I am giving lectures to like lectures in IITs, IIMs DU to all the Gen Z students, and I'm also like working with different policy making stuff. Fine. So what I'm dealing with Gen Z each and every time. And again, if I'm not knowing about them, how can I give something to them?
Right.
And for that, for in those 4 months, I studied with them, and in that way, I was with them on the other side of the table. Each and every time I'm
You were
visiting
in
college.
their shoes.
From
and
past
all.
12 to 13 years, I'm hiring from IITs, hiring from IIMs, giving lectures at all the colleges. That's a great thing. But I am at different place, and when you are coming as a student, I am coming as a chief guest, or coming there for
Speaker.
guest lecture. At that time, you are not going to be real with me.
That's
Each
true.
and every one of us is actually portraying something. We all are acting. We all are acting in a certain way. Fine. But when we are like together, like you are with your friends,
Right.
or your batchmates, you guys are real. So when I was with them for 4 months, I was with real Gen Zs.
Yeah.
So my subconscious mind learned a lot more things about them. Because of that, right now when I interact with them, or when I'm involved in policy making or mentoring startups and all, I am helping them in a better way. So that thing for other people, all my colleges are being dropped out. No, all my college students are actually successful students of different durations. Some are 1 week, some are 2 days, some are 4 months, some are 4 years, some are 2 years. All the colleges I enjoyed. Means I am not having any regret of joining any college. Like IIM Calcutta, if again I will think about PhD in India,
Right.
I'll go for IIM Calcutta only because people are quite lazy there, and I am also very lazy. So we matched perfectly. Many people were unhappy there because they were saying IIM Calcutta is not as developed as IIM Ahmedabad.
Right.
No, I'll choose IIM Calcutta any day over IIM Ahmedabad just because of fact I like that environment. I like
That
those.
suits for you.
I like those lakes. I like those people. But for 4 months only. After 4 months, like I got whatever I wanted.
Yeah.
My jungles were open now.
Yeah.
I got enough information from Gen Z. I want to get back to my world. So I love that thing. I learned a lot during that
Right.
period. In classroom, outside classroom, everywhere. Because I was interacting with lots and lots of people. Professors were there, students were there, staff were there. And a different culture, different Kolkata culture.
Right.
So again, I have given you the example of IIM Calcutta. Same, I am dropped out of IIT Kharagpur also. In 2012, in 2010, I was I was dropped out from MTech program of IIT Kharagpur at that time. So I am dropped out from many colleges from BTech, MTech as well as PhD. So at that time, I remember IIT Kharagpur for one thing only. When I was dropping out, at that time, the dean came on Saturday, and he has signed everything, given me all the documents, and instead of like giving me some comments or giving some negative review, he was telling me like, okay, we want you to be happy.
Yeah.
Wherever you are going, if you are happy, it's good for us. That's the kind of farewell I expect. Either we are completing our degree or not.
Right.
So I have calculated each and everything. PhD was not required for me. I'm already teaching in many colleges.
Right.
I'm already recruiting from IITs, and I'm from about 12, 13 years. But again, I'm not suggesting people to drop out. I am not in favor of dropout. If you are dropping out, drop out early. Please, if you are doing a 4 years program, don't drop out at the end of third year, 3.5 years. Some people are going to disagree with me because they are going to tell, okay, don't waste your time in your life. But I'm giving you degrees, sometimes give you some cushion if something is not going as per your expectations. So for example, suddenly if everything is going falling apart and
Right.
I'm being failed, at that time my degree or my knowledge can save me,
Right.
or my skills. So for that time, if you are having opportunity to attend some college, attend. If you are having opportunity to complete some degree, complete. If you are having something entirely better thing to do with like 100% assurance that you are going to be successful, and if the dropping out is necessary, then only do it.
So you basically made your dropping out story a success story. Like out of every
It's a success story because when I
Exactly.
joined IIM Calcutta,
Yeah.
I'm telling about IIM Calcutta because this was the last dropout, my 13th dropout.
Alright, recent
Fine,
dropout.
recent dropout. So at that time, my friends were with me and they were expecting I'll be there for 7 days max. And then they have given me a house there. And then it was like in between a jungle, in between a greenery. I was having a house, small house, and then I have bought each and everything what I wanted, and I was there for 4 months. And like many people must be thinking 4 months is like PhD should be going for 3 to 3
Right.
5 years, 4 months is too less.
Yes.
No, I was there for 7 days and I ended up being there for 4 months. Mean that place was great.
Good.
I have learned enough, but I cannot give my entire life for getting a degree.
Right.
Fine. And if you can think that I am not looking for a job,
Right.
chances are
You're looking for experience.
I'm never going to look for a job, and
Yeah.
if I'm not going to look for a job, then that PhD degree is bit useless
Yeah,
for me.
I
But
know.
learning, I've got enough learning. there.
Exactly. That's actually great. Sir, now moving on, we all know that I'm sure that we have talked a lot about your success, but you might have also faced many setbacks, right? And you might have been like, I feel like giving up or something like that. Basically, how did you navigate through those drawbacks and setbacks?
See, again, it might sound unusual, but I haven't thought about
Giving up,
giving up ever.
right?
And it again depends on the calculation. See, sometimes, for example, I am giving you like a basic example. Suppose that you are working for money, suppose, and you are thinking that you should be getting some 20 lakh rupees per month, fine,
Right,
and you are getting only 10 lakhs per month.
right,
You might be thinking that this is a setback. I'm not getting something enough. But again, do you deserve the 20 lakh per month or not? Are you having enough skills for that or not? So if you are being self-aware, there are more chances you are knowing yourself. If you are having a little bit of empathy, there are chances that you can think about people, you can understand people. So if you are knowing about yourself, if you are thinking about people, then there are chances that each and every time if you are calculating something, some calculation related to success,
right.
chances are that that would be right. Chances are more.
Yeah,
Why? Because you are knowing yourself.
right.
So if I know that my capability is this and I am going for this or this, then the chances of success is higher. But if I'm thinking my capability is this and then I'm going for this, my chance of success
Mm.
will be lower.
Obviously.
So the self-awareness thing, because of which I was able to calculate things in a better way. I am not telling you that each and everything was like aligned with my calculation. Like I can talk about shares. So I lost more than a crore in like a day in shares.
Right.
Fine. But again, the thing was, I understood quickly, and that was at quite a young age. So I understood quickly that that is something which I cannot calculate.
Exactly.
So I just left that thing.
Yeah.
I was not thinking about getting the funny money that okay, I'm investing 10 CR and I'm getting 100 CR. No, not like
Mm.
that. I know my calculation is not going well in that field,
Sector.
and I just left that investment, I mean trading thing.
Yeah.
I just left that thing quickly, and instead of thinking like okay, I have lost 1 crore, I'm thinking I have saved 50 CR, because if I would have realized that at the age of 40 or 50 years or something,
Yeah.
50 CR I would have invested, then I would have lost 50 CR.
Exactly. So it's also a lot about perception, how you perceive the situation.
Yeah, basically everything is about calculation.
Yeah.
You folks are actually the mathematics is very underrated thing. So
Right.
suppose I overrate high school mathematics a bit. Why? Just because of its correlation with problem solving. Each and every time, right now you are taking that podcast. This is a
Yeah.
problem solving. You need to call out guests. You see
Yeah.
all the angles. You are seeing that how the production will be done, how it
Right.
is going to be published, what is time now, how much speaker is speaking,
Exactly.
how much time is left. Each and
Yeah.
every time your mind is calculating. So it is having different variables each and every time you are solving problems.
Right.
So again, that success, setback, calculation, winning, chances, odds, each and everything is calculation. And it is by research we can say that calculations, those problem solving skills are somehow correlated with your basic mathematical skills. I'm not
Right.
telling you about doing calculus, integration,
yeah.
differentiation and all. I'm telling you about basic mathematical skills. So I find myself that my calculations are somewhat going in the right way. Most of the calculations are good. Some calculations are not good, but again, it's a law of averages. You cannot go
Right.
like big each and every time. Kohli cannot hit 100 like for 100 times
Exactly.
at a stretch. If
Yeah.
he's hitting 400s in 4 matches, there are highly likely chances that in next match he is not going to score 100.
I agree, yeah. Right. That is a very interesting way to actually see things through maths. even my like one of my favorite subjects is math. So like taking things as dependent, independent variables, correlating things, that is actually very interesting. I'll also try to apply that from now onwards. And sir, lastly, as you right now talked about like not giving up and like because you calculate things and you work for it obviously. So sir, how do you stay like motivated, right? Like to do things every day, to start your day and every day to show up. Like how do you stay motivated?
See, okay, if we are not being motivated, just see in a mathematical way.
Right.
So we are starting with people are not motivated enough.
Yeah.
Why? Because they are having some stress when
Yeah.
they are doing things. Why? Because they are doing some things which are having some deviations with the things that they actually want to do.
Yeah.
So how we are producing stress is that we are doing something and we want to do something and there's a deviation between
Right.
that which is producing stress. Luckily in my life, I got few people, I got good environment. Because of that, most of the things that I'm doing in my life are the things that I love.
Right.
Like being in wild, being with nature,
Yeah.
being with animals, being with students, fine, going to colleges, all of the things, all of these things I like, fine. Yeah, or being in policy making or like working in ministry on different things. I like all of these things. So I'm not getting tired. So like today I was having some couple of sessions here, then after that I'm having couple of more sessions, then I need to go to IIT. Then I need then
So that is
after
exactly
that
why
after
I
that
asked
I'm
you.
going to play cricket also tonight.
Right.
My friend's outside, her birthday is there today. Today her
Oh.
birthday is there. So we'll celebrate that also.
Right.
Now people are asking me how are you getting that energy?
Exactly. How you multitask.
And that is why, see, I teach emotional intelligence. I have given more than 350 lectures on emotional intelligence itself, even in IITs and IIMs. Fine. So in emotional intelligence, there are few important components. One, which I already told you, self-awareness. Second is self-regulation. Once you are knowing about yourself, then you can regulate few things. Third is empathy, thinking about other people. These three things are going to solve most of your problems. But thing is, the main problem is from where are you going to get that energy? Because whatever I am telling you right now is like looking very simple things, but they are very complex things when you are doing it. Knowing about yourself is not easier. You cannot search on ChatGPT or Google.
Yeah.
They are not going to give you any insight about yourself. They might be telling you, okay, they are going to tell you about yourself in some way, but obviously you are knowing.
Exactly.
You cannot rely
You
on
know
that
yourself the
information.
best.
Again, self-regulation is very different, very difficult because, okay, you are knowing that these things are triggering your anger, your frustration. Then after that, to reduce those things or to get away from those things is not very simple.
Right.
Again, empathy. You are thinking about some people. You are thinking again about people. You are thinking again about people. But people are not thinking about you.
Right.
Then you are losing that confidence in your thing. Okay, I'm not going to think about people. That's the most common thing I'm seeing in Gen Z right now. But again, empathy is different in business. When we are thinking about people, we are doing something for people, and then we are expecting something from people. That is not empathy. That is business.
Right.
Empathy is something you are not
Expecting
anything from them. Again, so empathy is also difficult to follow. It is a practice,
yeah.
very difficult and painful practice sometimes. If you are not self-aware, all of these things are correlated
Related,
also.
yeah.
Again, for me, like I can do that thing for 20 people. After 20, if they are like giving me problems, then I might get frustrated. You might get frustrated after 2 people.
Right.
So it is again dependent on self-awareness. Now, so self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, all of these things are very difficult. How are we going to do all these things as self-awareness, regulation, empathy, with all the other stuff, the real stuff, everyday problem solving we are doing? For that, we will be needing the energy. And from where we are going to get that energy? That is the self-motivation. From where we are going to get that self-motivation? By doing the things that we love.
Right.
That we love. Right now, most of the times you are calculating productivity by calculating the results with the time that you are giving.
Exactly.
But it's not like that. Suppose you are giving 9 hours and you are getting X results, just being it in terms of money, rewards, awards, cricket runs, anything. 9 hours you are giving and you are getting X. So you are thinking that okay, if you are giving 18 hours, you are going to get 2X.
2X.
No.
That's
If you are going to give 18 hours, chances are you might get 0.5x, 0.9x, or even 0 also if like you are like you are getting fatigue or you are like burnout. Fine. Again, you are working for 9 hours, you are getting X. You are working for 10 hours, you think that you are going to get 1.1x? No, not sure. I'm not sure. Because our mind is not very ready to work. Our mind actually wants some fun.
Break.
Something that, not break actually. our mind is only wanting break throughout 24 hours, throughout 7 days, throughout 30 days, a month, throughout a year. Our mind is not looking to work. You are giving them work. You are giving your mind a work to do so that you will survive.
Right.
And for that, you should be giving something to your mind. That something is something that your mind or you are liking.
Exactly.
That is something like if people are playing cricket, some students, you ask them, you are playing cricket, okay, after playing cricket, you are tired or not? Many of them are going to tell you they are not tired. They're the same thing. I'm talking to you right now, I'm not tired.
Right.
I've given lecture, I'm not tired. I'm going to play cricket, I'm going to give another lecture, I will not be tired. I'm waiting from morning 5 to evening 7, I'm waiting for tiger, waiting for birds, I'll not be tired. Why? Because I'm loving those things. And again, because I'm doing those things, so whenever I'm seeing my things, whenever I'm like happy, I'm in wild or I'm playing cricket or I'm giving lectures. After that, if I need to do something that I don't like, for example, I like driving in wild or driving in plain roads.
Right.
But I don't like driving in Delhi.
Traffic.
But after that, if I need to drive from my home to here or here to my home,
Right.
I would be okay with that because I've got sufficient energy from doing the things that I love. And because of that, I'll get to do other things. That's the motivation you are talking about. You need something to do the things which you don't love. You need to do those things. So you need something which you love. So just do few things which you love, which
Then
are
go
going
on
to
to-
give you energy
Yeah.
to do everything else.
Right. That was actually a great insight. I got to learn a lot from you personally as well. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
That was it. Thank you.
Thank you.